Indolo and all these other people, of course, that did not work. That's when Ali Kabaz and, Ali Kabaz went to Libya, Mataba, to form the RUF. It was very clear in Charles Taylor's statement. Charles Taylor made it very clear. He said, I didn't know anybody else but Ali Kabaz. I want you to listen to this, guys. Brian Hunt, I want you to listen to this. Charles Taylor said it at his prosecution at the ICC. There is no way Ali Kabaz should be free. There is no way Marabio should be free. These guys brought mayhem upon the lives of the people of Sierra Leone. The question is, what role did Marabio play with the RUF? His sister that recently passed away was the wife of Fori Sanko, who later became the leader of the RUF. So I said, what do you know? We're giving you these facts because the SLPP as a political party has always been behind the destruction of Sierra Leone's democracy. And I'm not saying this because, I'm a sympathizer of the APC because my grandfathers were there in the APC and this and that. No. I'm giving this to you as a Sierra Leonean who knows the history of his country. And that is what I want you to understand. But it's very clear. Ali Kabaz was the leader of the RUF. And if you don't know, by the way, Ali Kabaz was sent to the United Nations. And I know I had to write a couple of letters to get him kicked out of there because our man who started a rebel war in Sierra Leone, where pregnant women's belly were open, killed people, cut off their hands. How a man of that nature, a man with such a terrible history, would represent represent Sierra Leone as the permanent representative for Sierra Leone to the United Nations? So I had to write letters upon letters to get him kicked out of there, and he was kicked out. It wasn't nothing that had to do with the chance rebuilding and this and that. That was just used as a cover-up. So the Bio family has always been terrorizing Sierra Leone. Marabio's brother, Steve Bio, was supplying arms to the rebels and supplying arms to the military. Gave him money to buy ammunition. He would buy these crooked jets or helicopters or whatever, like the gunboat, which was a build-us for over $3+ million, something along that line. When the boat was not even a gunship, one of these Apache helicopters or something like that. That was not even worth anything. Stole our money. The Bio family. Someone said, what do you know? And that's why we're telling you, if the results are not shown, just like Marabio told us that he is willing to fight to protect democracy. He said that in 2018. Come on. So all of these things we say, we're not making things up here. We're giving you facts as they come. It's a shame. So JFK, let me come back to you, my brother. Yeah. Bruh, you watch the injustice right now in front of your eyes. Go represent these guys. Do it for benevolence sake. Do it for the profession's sake. Do it because you see, the rights of people, are being destroyed and taken away from them. Do it for free. Do it pro bono, as you say in lawyer work. The defense counsel for the folks like Comrade Koita and others, the defense counsel, the judge, they go against the terms of conditions, the TR, whatever they set up. Say, okay, these cases are going to be seen on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Now, when they call the cases on a Tuesday, when the lawyers are not available, and then they ask the government for provide lawyers them for represent Koita them, we tell them, I say, there is nothing there. They've always just tried to find a way to nail this brother. This man, the man will get the highest count charges in Sierra Leone, 39 count charges. He beats all of those charges. So does that make him, say, for exiled out of his own country of birth? Because all of a sudden he cannot go back home because he has been exiled? JFK, all of these are things. People are in exile, JFK. As a lawyer, are you going to take them from Guinea, Liberia, Gambia? They are exiled. They cannot come back home. They are in hiding. JFK, as a lawyer, you should be ashamed. For no say your country is like that, where your people not get justice to the point where they have to be in exile. JFK, if I come to Sierra Leone right now, I'll be arrested. I know I would have to pay you money to defend me, or you might come there to defend me. Or you might not defend me again after listening to this audio, but who knows? But that is the state of condition in Sierra Leone today. People cannot go back home because they have been exiled of their country. When you come there, they'll give you all kinds of charges. They'll levy all kinds of charges against you, JFK. Now, the Sierra Leone they will get. Are you proud of that, Sierra Leone, as a former Minister of Justice, Attorney General? But that is what we have going on. Are you going to take a position, JFK? Are you going to stand up? Are you going to take interviews and talk about this? To challenge the government of the day? Again, we know say you come on a Solomon Berry in chamber. We're not be SLPP, no, we're not be SLPP, but you can on a APC, fine, they welcome you, give you positions. They look at the justice, state of justice in our nation. It is perverted. Justice has been destroyed. There's no justice for our people. Then they lock with people them up, kill them. August 8, 9, and 10, we see. Yes, that's what we call people for protest. And we know some of us, we condemn that protest. We did not want that protest because we know say they would use it to disenfranchise our voters. And they used it. And they used for as a linchpin to say they're not before do boundary delimitation. Like we need a boundary delimitation, where we know we need boundary delimitation. And that is why any future protest in Sierra Leone at this particular point in time should be called by the APC, the opposition, or a level-headed individual, not just some hoodlum or some hooligan. Where there's a Sierra Leone call say for protest. I hope Sierra Leone people don't learn the lesson. I'm not even going to go into all that nonsense. At this particular point, I'm not even going to talk about protests because by virtue of my status right now being on active duty orders, I don't even talk about protests. There are limitations to what I can talk about. But the APC as a political party, and I only mention protest because again, it's in your constitution, section 26. It tells you, say, the people have a right to assemble an association. To assembly an association, which means they have the right to protest. Like our brother Adi Macaulay tell you about the rights to procession, all of that stuff. The 1965 Public Order Act that they use, it's outdated and it's archaic, it's old. 1991 Constitution supersedes every other laws of the land because it's the most recent. But all of these things, JFK, are you going to stand up for it? We are mentioning all of these things, guys, because we just want to wake you up, JFK. But for you, if you can't tell us if we don't go to court or APC if we don't go to court, come on, what are you talking about? So what are we talking about? And by the way, Adi Macaulay, thank you because I know say you're representing some of the folks at this treason trial and stuff. Because this message is not for you, it's not about you. We've had our battles before. I believe say you're a very fine brother. We see how you was very humble. You are, in congratulating Lawyer Lanson Adumbuya, and all of that. So we appreciate you. I want you to know that, all right? I mean, if there's a need for us to talk about you, we'll talk about you. But this is JFK. So, brother JFK, take it easy. This is just a light one I give you no more. I'm not go hard on you. A light one. I want you to say that people like us who are watching the space, man. Stand up to protect democracy, my brother. I love the fact that you participate, you're tweeting and all that stuff. It's good. But I just want to caution you on this one tweet that you gave in defense of the American ambassador. Ambassador Hunt does not need to be defended. He's protected. What are you talking about? He's from America. He's the American ambassador in Sierra Leone. It doesn't take 2 seconds to get a detachment out there to protect Ambassador Hunt. He's highly protected. Nobody's going to do anything to Ambassador Hunt. Nobody has no plans of doing anything to Ambassador Hunt. Nobody's not going to attack Ambassador Hunt. No. We're just going to tell him what he did that is wrong. That's all. Nobody would ever think about attacking him. No way. He's protected. He does not need your protections. Nobody can talk for him. But we live in America where it's a nation where there's freedom and justice. And that's Ambassador Hunt's, memento. That's his memento. He believes in freedom and justice. He believes in free speech. He knows we have a right to free speech. It's not in Sierra Leone where there's no rights to free speech. So he respects that. Because in America, people can speak up freely. Ambassador Hunt has those freedoms, and he's protected. So he's a protected man. And don't need enough to protect him. No. Ambassador Hunt knows that man like we're coming from a place of we are responsible individuals. And we talk very responsibly. He knows that. He knows that what he said on realistic expectations, that was not correct. And we had to come and let him know that we don't appreciate him saying that. What do you mean unrealistic expectation? He knows that. He knows that was a wrong thing to say. The only question is he humble enough to come out and say, you know what? I shouldn't have said that, but this is what I meant. That is the fundamental question we have to ask ourselves. Is he going to be brave enough to come out and say that? So we don't need enough for protector. So these games that you guys play, enough is enough. JFK, our judiciary is in shambles. I'm waiting to see if you can write a paper or anything, JFK. Write a paper about the state of our judiciary. Before you even write a paper, why the APC did not choose to go to the courts. You should not be here talking about APC going to court. You should write about the state of affairs of the judiciary system and how the judiciary is so broken, which is why hey, what side are you on, JFK? Are you on the side of APC or SLPP? You guys have to choose. We're not for choose today after all these years. With everything the APC did for you or everything Sierra Leone did for you. And this is the time where the APC is in opposition because we know the APC won that election. So what side are you on, JFK, is the question now. What side are you on? Anyways, I'm just going to leave this message here. See, I don't become a little bit irate. So that left an eye. But this is a light one, like I say, brother JFK. All right, Ambassador Hunt, take heed. We're waiting for a retractment of your statements on realistic expectations. Because at this point, you're telling us that we're going to have a rerun elections, and Sierra Leoneans are not going to have that. And yes, there are people that are preaching violence, speaking violence, and this and that. You can box them up in one box and put them over there. But people like us are coming from a place of constitutionality. Like I said, Russia looks like a child's play at this point in time because Vladimir Putin, at least we see people go and vote and they announce the results. And the results is tabulated at least. Killing his opposition. But Sierra Leone, Marabio, shit. People went to vote, even Port Loko. Till this day, the votes from Port Loko have not been counted. But the man, they said he won the elections. Come on now. We don't have the results. Ambassador Hunt, you're telling us that we should accept that because you have your agenda with your investors, investments, and all that nonsense going on. We see you, Ambassador Hunt. We see you. Be cautious. We see you. We see you. But anyways, I hope you guys will take heed and listen to the voices of the people of Sierra Leone. Enough is enough. Sierra Leoneans are going to have it anytime, anymore. And that is why when we talk from a place of constitutionality, because none of what we said can be used against us in any court of law to say we violated anything. We're giving you guys the facts and the reality. That's all it is. Bye-bye, everybody.